Salute, we're live, ladies and gentlemen. The streets are buzzing as the New York Knicks pull off a big win at MSG against Victor Wembanyama. The San Antonio Spurs were no match for these New York Knicks as they go to 500 now, 4-4 on the season. RJ Barrett continues to shine. Jalen Brunson, quickly, Randle, feel good game tonight. Let's chop it up with the best chat in the biz. Salute, Knicks Nation. Appreciate everyone for rocking out tonight. Hope everyone's feeling well. And the New York Knicks win 126-105 against the Spurs. This is a perfect game to get right, feel good, and plenty to talk about tonight, guys. I feel like the Knicks have turned the corner now. With this tougher part of the schedule to begin the season out of the way, and it's definitely orange and blue skies right now. And we'll talk about the stats tonight. The New York Knicks took care of the ball, excellent ball movement all night, only 3-4 turnovers, almost beat the franchise record with the low turnovers. RJ Barrett continues his hot shooting, above 40%. From three. We'll go through the box score. But yeah, Jalen Brunson also chipped in with his 6 assists. And Barrett got 6 assists. Mitchell Robinson continues his outstanding season so far, dominating on the glass, double digits once again. Victor Wembanyama struggled in the spotlight. They say, hey, New York's not for everyone. But yeah, Wemby definitely couldn't get into a groove tonight, but credit to the New York Knicks defense, right? They buckled down and they played great tonight. Emmanuel Quickley, the bench was consistent. Definitely loved his spark, his energy. But yeah, to start the game, the New York Knicks made their intentions clear, man. They went 13-0 to begin the first quarter, and there was a clear divide in the two teams, right? The Spurs coming out with Sohan, Malachi Branham, Keldon Johnson, Devin Vassell, Wemby. But yeah, they just couldn't get into a groove. Credit to the New York Knicks defense. The balanced scoring is what I love the most about tonight. Between Quickley, Barrett, Brunson, and Randle, right? It was even across the board, and the ball was moving. So that's what I've really appreciated, what I've seen over the last 2 games now. The Spurs tried to play fast all night, get the ball up and down, but the New York Knicks were good in the transition defense, getting back, and like I said, taking care of the ball as well. And the defense has been solid the last 2-3 games with the Tom Thibodeau team. Never worried about the defense. I think the offense, when the ball's moving, guys are hitting shots, and RJ Barrett shooting with a hell of confidence right now from the 3. The ball's looking amazing. The shot is flowing, and it's looking wet right now. So, but yeah, Mitchell Robinson held his own, patrolled the paint, and I took care of business, right? It was Knicks Kith night. What did you guys think of the court and the drip right now? We're going to look at that tonight as well, chop it up as they drop an amazing drip. The Kith night, it was the City Edition court as well. And the threads are looking fine on the players. There was some talk about, could we feel it or not? The New York font obviously is a bit different. It's taken a little while to get used to that. But yeah, they look great on the players tonight. And they performed for the most part, And they definitely put on a show. RJ Barrett, 6 assists, shout out. Brunson top scored with 25 points. Wembanyama with 9 rebounds. Randle with 16. Double-double for Juju again. An in-control, passive, got willing passing Julius is dangerous, right? Getting downhill. Choosing his shot selection wisely, which is what I'm really appreciating from the last 2 games from Randle. But you see the turnovers, guys, 13-3. I don't know if it was 3 or 4. The box score hadn't updated yet. But either way, it was an amazing offensive performance, taking care of the ball, shooting 45% from deep, 46%
from 2, 68% from the line. That was Mitchell Robinson for the most part. He missed quite a few free throws, but for the most part, Barrett shooting excellent from the line as well. Brunson as well. The Knicks out-rebounded the Spurs 61-51 in 28 assists as well. So shout out to the New York Knicks for their ball movement, right? But the story so far is, RJ is the man, exactly like Kaiser says in the chat. Cash out, salute, Trini, Daniel, big task. Let's go, New York Nation. We're back to 500, 4-4. We will preview the rest of the month coming up. Some of these easier schedule games coming up, and I think the Knicks are looking good right now. Got through some adversity early, and I think these wins are going to start to stack up. We'll do our Around the NBA to conclude the show later as well and see what's going down. But yeah, for me, the story has been RJ Barrett's consistency and starts, guys, specifically getting off to a good start. And that's not what we've been used to previously with Barrett and these Knicks at the start of the year. So congrats, kudos. He was 8 of 17, 47% overall, went 5 of 9 from deep. So he's getting more attempts, just as many deep ball attempts as quickly. Shooting 55% from deep. RJ Barrett, stand up. And 3 of 3 from the line, which is great. 6 assists, a steal, plus 26. Right, RJ Barrett has definitely arrived. He's here to stay, ladies and gentlemen. Definitely things are looking up when we're getting this kind of RJ Barrett's production. And no coincidence, it's in the nick of time with Randle having a slower start to the year. And now it's pedal to the metal. Let's get after it. Because, it's going to be huge season ahead if Barrett continues this performance. Most improved player in that sort of category, in my opinion, so far around the league. So, definitely cash out. Star J. It's Star J has returned and has arrived here to stay. Keeping his head up, surveying the floor. Floor game's great. Passing the ball. The floater's on point. The 3-point shot. I mean, what can we say, man? The scouting report is going to have to adjust at some point for him now, because they're going to have to start closing out a lot harder with Barrett. And what is that going to mean? That's going to mean he's going to get to the rack. He's going to be able to do a lot more with the ball, read what the defense is giving him as well. That's what we've been needing in this starting unit, too, ladies and gents, which is, floor spacing, and helping collapse the D, right? So that Jalen Brunson can also spray the ball around. So, as a team, man, 28 assists. It's been like the 3rd game in a row. The New York Knicks have had excellent ball movement. Michael, I'm here to shout everyone out because, the assisting has been on point. Ball movement as well with low turnovers. Now, also, a big shout out to the bench again for the steals. Tonight, Hartenstein got 2 steals. Quickly, Hart, Randle, Barrett, 7 steals for the team overall. So that was solid. In rebounding once again, we continue to dominate on the glass. And Mitch is setting a record to start the year, right? He's in elite company with these guys coming in. With his rebounding rate, man, 12 rebounds again, 5 offensive, just 3 fouls, 8 points. Mitch doing Mitch things, right? This is a whole squad. Almighty Finesse got the streets buzzing right now. Looking forward to previewing the rest of this schedule this month, because we're running into form right now. We've turned the corner, I think, with these tough early games. They got us all buzzing right now. We had Latrell in the building. We had just in time to see Jalen Brunson really find his form with the 3-point shot. That's starting to flow. The defense is looking solid. And we're really running into some form now. I love this from Quentin Grimes too. There's been a lot made of Grimes rushing the shot. Here you see he was under no pressure, man. Nice fake. Got Collins up in the air. And splash. Right, over 45% from deep for this team. Brunson spraying the ball as well. That was one of his 6 assists. The Knicks basically led wire to wire. The Spurs cut it to 12 later in the fourth, but the Knicks didn't let it go. They stayed calm. We has Melo out there representing with the Kith drip out there, and Kion, his son, about to start committing to Syracuse, I think. But yeah, quickly, another excellent game, really running into form. Emmanuel Quickly, after a couple of down nights, I think the second and the third game of the year, he came back down. But yeah, he was buzzing. Tonight was quick. Look at that, with the Hezzy move. Had Malachi Branham stuck in mud with that one. So yeah, quick, doing quick things. Isaiah Hartenstein, DiVincenzo, iHeart. The bench was absolutely elite. Tonight we're going to give out grades, continue to shout the chat out. The streets are buzzing, smashing that like button. Kaiser says, I've dreamed of a good homegrown team for so long. Just keep drafting, man. That's the way. Man, that's what's most satisfying when you see the likes of Mitch, Barrett, Quick, and these guys ball out. Grimes as well. Obviously with Brunson and Randle as the free agents. But yeah, you know, we're not really seeing a whole lot from Quentin Grimes. A slower start. I think once he finds his groove, I think that's the next level we can go to. And I talked about what this team is going to look like if Barrett took that next leap. We move up a level. Now that he's done that, if Quentin Grimes were to find his groove as well, we can get to another level on top of that as well. So yeah, we made things uncomfortable for Wemby, Michael. Yeah, salute. Great game. Wemby came into it a little bit late, but missed his first 3 shots. We made it uncomfortable. I think he was a bit overawed. Young kid coming into the Garden. The lights are the brightest. And I think Wemby put a lot of pressure on himself. You know, he sees the highlights and all of that. He wanted to show out. But it wasn't to be, because the New York Knicks defense was on point tonight. To die for, salute. What's good? Yeah, I think you know, we're not getting ahead of ourselves too much because the Spurs are lottery bound. Best believe that. But they've got some talent. You know, they pushed the pace, so that was a good test for the Knicks transition D tonight. But Mitchell Robinson getting back, he's running the floor really well. Despite that he looks bigger, he looks stronger, but he's still running the floor amazing. And the transition defense was solid. So, but another pleasing thing tonight was getting off to a fast start, ladies and gentlemen, because, you know, it's been something we've been wanting to rectify for a minute, these slow starts, and the New York Knicks basically came out shooting hot from the get-go, set the tone. I love this a move from Quickly too, right? Not tunnel vision, forces the defense to collapse, 3 guys in, and big Ragu, Dante DiVincenzo, finding his splash game right now. That's 2 solid games in a row. Has Dante started to hit some shots? So where would we be without Mitchell Robinson? Man, this guy put him up there with Defensive Player of the Year conversation. All defensive team right now. Very unselfish. Always there when we need him. Altering shots, contesting hard shots, closing out. He's doing it all right now. We'll talk about Mitch a lot more tonight as we give out grades, man. We start from the top. RJ Bully Barrett, once again, he's I think third game in a row with an A, right? A plus tonight. I'll give RJ Barrett for his 24 points, 100% from the line, 55% from deep, 47% overall. not only are we getting effortless scoring in the mid-20s, but on efficiency as well. So that's scary for the league right now, for things to come. But also racking up the assists with 6 tonight. Playing great defense, 1 steal. Like I said, plus 26. Man, what else can you say? A++ night for RJ Barrett. A couple of the threes were catch and shoot, and a couple were off the dribble as well. Super impressive. One did bobble a little, but it went down. That's the main thing. And RJ Barrett shooting with a hell of confidence right now. And with the Knicks spraying the ball around, man, these guys are not hesitating. They're devastating right now, in the words of Clyde. And we're going to be tough to guard for teams when we're sharing the ball like this. And like Kaiser says, that's what we've been wanting to see for a minute. Michael, to die for, chat. We want to see this team move the ball and not get stuck in mud. Offensively, credit to Brunson, Randle, and RJ, really, the 3 leaders of the starting unit. I've noticed definitely they've made a bigger effort to start moving the ball around, and you see it. You know, Randle with 5 assists, Barrett with 6, Brunson with 6. So that's 17 assists combined between our 3 best players. 17 assists. So guys that aren't normally pass first, you know, they're score first kind of guys, but that's great. Also quickly with his 5 assists too. So yeah, we continue to give love to Barrett and his hot start to the year. That's helping this team get to the next level, and a much deserved A++ for RJ Barrett's game tonight. His handle, we talked about it, he looks a lot tighter. He looks confident navigating through screens and through traffic, but then also able to keep his head up, you know, and know when to pass out or when to force it. So Barrett, hot start again, started 3 of 3 in the beginning of the first quarter, while Wembanyama was bricking 0 of 3 for his first 3 shots. So the first buckets of the game was an RJ Barrett swish from deep, from a kick out. Then Quentin Grimes got the drive. The Knicks were starting fast, 13-0. Mitch was getting early looks in the pick and roll as well. We got him involved with some alley-oops, which was excellent. IQ's drive to Dante. Yeah, again, the bench is just a handful for every team in the league. And I think with the Knicks playing with extra confidence, we're going to go to another level. So this could be the start of the first streak. I've been talking about this team. Once they feel comfortable, they get their feet under them, we're going to hit some streaks, baby. Starting shooting above 50% in the first quarter, that set the tone. 17 rebounds to 17 rebounds to 7 in the first quarter as well. So it was an emphatic beginning, 33-16 at the end of the first. Then the second quarter, the Knicks stayed focused, finished at the half 55-41. The bench came in, dominated. IQ and iHeart specifically were aggressive as well, forcing the issue. Spurs, despite pushing the pace, the Knicks continued to counter and punch them in the mouth through great rebounding and Brunson's 3 balls as well. Brunson taking those charges like a king right now. And we only had 2 turnovers at the half. Let that sink in. So that was excellent. And then, like I said, Dante and iHeart's 2 steals to end the half was excellent. We had 16 assists at the half, and shooting a 9 of 19, 47% from deep right now. So yeah, like I said earlier, man, to die for. I think this is the kind of team that will play us into form, I think, as the New York Knicks really, we haven't seen them play their best basketball yet. And these last 2 games have really started to show what, this New York Knicks team is, what we expected, coming into this year, and what, people around the league expected as well. We knew the beginning wasn't it, and credit to them, they hung with it, and they stuck with it. man. But through some of those tougher times, we've got to shout out the two of the most consistent players, which was Mitch and RJ so far. Two guys in our starting unit, not two of our highest offensive weapons starting the year, but right now they're showing how valuable they are to this team. And RJ Barrett's definitely one of the top weapons offensively for this team right now. So how the narrative can change real quick. So yeah, we can get the switches anytime we want. I love the pick and roll. Brunson with Mitch, get Randle with Mitch, and of course RJ Barrett can operate in the pick as well. We know RJ and Mitch got that chemistry, that one-to-one chemistry with Mitch and Brunson as well. So happy for Mitch to get these points, rewarding him for these rebounds, the effort he's given us. Definitely one of the top centers in the league right now on the glass and in the paint, just dominating. And the Wemby hype, it was nothing tonight. Right now, what did you guys think of the drip? The first look at the City Edition court and jersey, man, I like it. We had some people start copping online, and a lot of people are looking at this range now. We got Spree, we had Camby, we had Mello start repping this drip at the Garden tonight. And a little preview for what's ahead. We got 3 days rest, ladies and gentlemen, which is great. Then we got another back-to-back, Charlotte and Boston. I'm feeling good about at least splitting that. And then we hit the road with Atlanta, Washington, Charlotte, and Minnie, with another 3-day break at the end of that. So, like I said, man, I think this team is really starting to turn the corner now that we got these the hectic schedule out of the way early. And I think we're starting to play well. We're healthy, and really this team, the bench, firstly, is starting to, get more chemistry with DiVincenzo, with Hart, now for a full season. And I think, it just took probably 5 to 10 games. Who would have thought this team needed a little time to start to find their groove, Preseason was interrupted with minutes. Teams are looking different around the league. The schedule was brutal. And, right now we're getting a boost. We're getting a boost that we haven't had before with the likes of Barrett, Mitch, Quickly's consistency right now. We'll talk about Quentin Grimes, Luke. But I'm feeling like that can still be turned as a positive, because once Quentin Grimes hits the switch, well, we're looking at a starting five like Voltron. Everyone knowing their role, everyone connected, passing the ball like we're seeing, getting these assists up with our 28 assists tonight. So that was fantastic. The Spurs opponents have been averaging plus 125, and the Knicks definitely filled it up tonight with 126 points, right? And then we continue to shoot well. Recently, we've been bucking the trend as well. And it's just good to see us dominate. Like, as bad as the opponent is, man, like I said, you want to be playing into form early in the season, and you want to start playing some of these easier teams. Because like I said, man, we played the Celtics, we played the Pelicans away, we played the Clippers, we played a lot of teams, the Minnesota, we played a lot of teams that, have, started this year well now. And we got to clean up the free throw shooting, most def with that. And I think we will. Michael's feeling the drip. It was fabulous. A little throwback to the 90s with something with a new twist. But the pinstripes I'm okay with. Obviously the New York font, I'd love that to be just solid. But the color, the blue, the lining on the side, everything was fire with that. Big tick. And got us buzzing after that. So after RJ Barrett's A+, next down the line is Juju Randle. Juju had 31 minutes, so the minutes distribution was good tonight. Obviously the blowout. Juju was patient, like he has been in the last 2 games. far from his best basketball. We know he's capable of doing even more. Obviously, after the first 4 games, this has been a far better mini stretch from Randle. We're seeing him be more willing to pass the ball up, but also continue to rebound maybe even better than what he's been doing. 16 boards tonight. Big shout out, 5 assists, just 2 turnovers as well. So we've got to praise Randle for that. Only 1 foul, 23 points, effortless, 31 plus 31. Shot 42% from the field overall. I'm cool with this Randle game, really am. Like I said, passive, but able to attack the closeout, attack the mismatch. 6 attempts from deep. Those attempts have come down a little bit from 3, but with Barrett shooting really well, Brunson shooting really well from 3, Randle doesn't need to take as many at this point until he finds his feet, with the ankle and all of that stuff. So I think we'll start to see Randle start peaking from here. I think really was a slow start due to the surgery, the off-season, the ankle, and he does look like he's moving a hell of a lot better as well. So defensively, been a little better recently. So shout out for Randle, right? I've got to give Randle an A as well. You could give him an A- for his performance tonight, with Barrett getting the A+. Like I said, Randle playing his role, and credit to the entire starting 5 for playing unselfish basketball, and not taking it personally and just trying to dominate Wembanyama. You know what I mean? Not trying to just make a point or try to take over this thing. So, 28 assists, like Michael says. Good looks. Good to continue to get that up, fam. Got to get guys feeling good. You know what they say as well? I appreciate you, DeMario. What's good? As the Knicks share the ball around, it's going to make each guy want to hustle harder on defense. You know what I mean? There's nothing worse than when you don't touch the rock for a while, and then you don't feel like playing defense so much. But as everyone's touching the rock, everyone wants to play harder defense as well. So defense is fueling our offense. Well, now we won't get too carried away, like I said, because the Spurs, they're headed for the lottery. But the pleasing thing we'll take from this game is we can play ourselves into form now with a feel-good wire-to-wire victory, and the bench looking great. The starting 5 starting to look even better every night. After what was the best win of the year against the Clippers, now tonight was impressive, just to lead wire-to-wire as well. The Garden would have been moaning and groaning if Wembanyama came out looking like he was on fire. Let's say the Spurs took an early lead or something like that. That wouldn't have flied. So credit to the Knicks, came out strong. Shot, started the game hot, 13-0 beginning. RJ Barrett shooting hot from the beginning. And the bench coming in looking excellent as well. We'll go around the league as well, as I haven't seen some of the results yet, but looks like Brooklyn may have got a good win against the Clippers as well. But also Luke makes an excellent point about Barrett playing with the second unit as well. A lot was made of what we're going to do with that fifth spot, and who's going to play the backup 4 and all of that. But with iHeart's hustle, and we're going to give him a shout out, but with iHeart's play, with Hart and Barrett's size, rebounding, it's working against smaller teams. So definitely it's not going to be a detriment on some nights. It's going to be okay because we can get out and we can run, and we can certainly get to the lane, pass it round, and fill it up. And Barrett's been really effortlessly moving the ball as well as scoring when we need, playing with the bench unit as well. So shout out to him. Now, Mitch Dominatin' Robinson right now. That's his middle name. Mitch Dominate Robinson. That's all he does is dominate. He was 3 of 4 efficient. Those free throws, though, 2 of 6. Like I said, got to clean them up. Continue to practice. Try to get some of that arc on it. And no line drives. But with that said, 12 rebounds, 5 offensive, 1 assist, and just 3 fouls, 8 points, plus 30 in 31 minutes. He made it a point that he didn't want to, play Wembanyama into form tonight. He wanted to, give his best in that matchup, and let Wembanyama know this is the big boys league right now. And Mitchell Robinson held his end of the bargain, playing amazing with patrolling the paint as well. And some of these things don't show up on the box score with Mitch. It's the little things. He's staying on his feet. He's closing out. He's contesting as well. And not only that, he's following up misses from everyone else, and he's putting them back in. And he's tipping it back in with the tip jams, all of that. Right now, he's severely underpaid what he's producing right now, and his contract is descending. Right, in 2 years' time, Mitch is going to be earning 12 milli a year. So that's shocking around the league when you're seeing these average big man role players earning, crazy money. Excellent contract we're giving out to Mitchell Robinson as well. So, yeah, part of holding Wemby to minus 25 in the plus minus, Luke. Yep. And also with that performance, man, guys, like tonight the story is the Knicks for once, right? ESPN, media, whatever, they can't say anything about the Spurs or Wemby tonight. It's the New York Knicks now on a streak. 2 games and back to 500 right now. Let's get it. Mitchell Robinson, I can't give him anything else but an A+ again for tonight. So keep doing your thing, Mitch. Most important for this team, the starting unit as well. He embodies the unselfishness really that we hope to play with, And tonight we did play with everyone else sharing the ball, Just throw the big guy a lob once in a while, like his trainer says. And the last 2 games, it's been great. It's been great with that, playing under control. Now next up, right, the leader, the captain, Jalen Brunson, has been shooting hot now the last 2 games, which is a great sight for Knicks Nation. 5 of 8 from deep, 62%. Right, some of them were trailing, pull-up threes. Some of them were just the catch and shoot. But Jalen Brunson's a sniper. He's a scorer at heart. And he went 8 of 19, 42% from the field. Hit all of his free throws. Salute. 4 of 4. Got 6 assists. Like I said, leading by example, moving the ball. 6 assists, solid. Just 2 fouls. And also playing good defense. Jalen Brunson. Taking it as a challenge to not get torched, not get lit up by these opposing guards. So also, what can you say about him taking charges, man? Like, he's putting his body on the line for this team every night. And I think, he's averaging something like 2 charges per game, which is crazy to think. But what else should we expect? He's the leader, he's the captain. And tonight he filled it up, right? Jalen Brunson with 25 of his own, plus 27, 100% from the line, and the 6 assists as well. He gets an A+ from me as well tonight, Jalen Brunson. So we're handing out A's like candy on Halloween tonight. And we definitely, our starting unit was just too much firepower for the Spurs, too much experience. And we definitely didn't play into their hands. We moved the ball. So, like I said, a lot of these guys could have taken it personally tonight to try to, go off for 40 or, make a statement. But we played well as a team. So salute to everyone out here as well. I didn't catch what any of the ESPN guys said. I switched it off halftime and post-game. But I did think, Breen and Hubie, shout out, 90 years young, Hubie Brown and Mike Breen on the call. I think it was a good call. Overall it was just a good night for the Knicks, and ready to look ahead after we've given out grades. and we'll look at some more highlights. But Quentin Grimes now 18 minutes tonight, 3 of 5, but 50% from deep, 2 of 4. So one of them we showed earlier with the highlight. Patience is the key for Grimes. You could see how much he wants to do. His mind is working faster than his body, I think at times. But Quentin Grimes, you know what? Once he settles in to the season, and he starts to get easier looks with the ball moving the way it is, I think I'm not worried about Quentin Grimes at all. I think the defense has always been solid, and even if it's limited volume tonight, the shot was efficient. He's not hurting you. He's just having a quiet period. That's all. And there's only one basketball, so some nights we're going to get this. Even with 4 guys scoring, close to the 20s or 3 in the 20s quickly with 19. There's not a lot of other shots to go around with Grimes, but he's just got to stay ready, shoot efficiently when he gets the shots, or drive and kick. Get the defense shuffling and moving as well. But shout out to his defense. We appreciate you, Quentin Grimes. The shot's not coming along a whole lot because you're not getting a lot of shots, but the ceiling of this team obviously is attached to Quentin Grimes and his growth. His growth with this organization and this team. But like I said, there's 5 guys out there. Sometimes you're just not going to get the shots as well. But if Randle's giving us 5 assists, Barrett and Brunson are going to get 6 assists each, then Quentin Grimes is going to get looks. It's going to come. He's going to get looks. But also happy that they look for Mitch as well. Yep. On that note, 9-man rotation so far to begin the season, Luke. That's a good talking point we'll hit on tonight more as well, because I want to talk about, with Deuce McBride, what's going to happen when the schedule goes further into the season. Guys might need a little rest, or they might be a little banged up, and we're definitely going to see some more guys get some burn later in the year, I feel. But to begin the year, it does look like it's going with 9 with Tibbs right now. And so far it's looking good so far in terms of guys are starting to find their rhythm now, which is the biggest thing for the starting 5 and the bench 4 as well with Barrett. Daryl says, speaking of Barrett, he's going to play like this. We don't need to make any trade right now. Look, the ceiling is very high in terms of what we're seeing with Barrett, with the shooting, the playmaking, the defense, the tools he has. He's just got to continue doing it. Yeah, just be consistent. And I think we're seeing a breakout year. We're seeing the beginning, the very, very early stages of a breakout year for Barrett. We've seen it before as New York Knicks fans. We've seen it with Quickly. We've seen it with Randle in the MIP year. And our eyes do not deceive us, because we are seeing it right now with RJ Barrett. And it's been efficient, and it's been volume, and it's been consistent. So 3 ticks as well. Jet Life's in the building. Salute. We talked about in the off season with FIBA how much that could help RJ Barrett's rhythm. Maybe not so much like help him develop his game or anything. We know what RJ's game is. But what FIBA maybe help RJ with is rhythm. A lot of guys just don't play competitive ball throughout the entire summer, and he was playing warm-up games with Canada, exhibition games, and then with the FIBA World Cup games as well, all the way through to the advanced stages of a bronze medal game against the USA. Also playing alongside some dogs like Shai Gilgeous, Dylan Brooks, Lou Dort, Alexander. Right, he was playing with some high-level competition, high-level opponent, and teammates as well. So, exactly like Melo came off FIBA looking good, I think it's also helping Barrett as well. But, all the credit in the world to him, his training, his trainers, and whatever he did in this off season as well, because it's working. It really is. Obviously, it does look like he's watched film. You know, a player doesn't just look different on the court and just start doing things a little bit more comfortable without watching film. I think he's more aware of the defense, reading. He's more, able to control his dribble a bit tighter as well through traffic. He's also picking his spots and not, barreling into traffic in transition. He's stopping and popping, or he's also aware of where his teammates are on the floor, in the corners and all of that. So also comfortability is something we need to add, because he's playing with the same coach, similar same teammates, and I think that's all fueling this comfortability for Barrett. Tendencies and knowing where guys are, where they like the ball, what they like to do with it. All of that becomes second nature into your fourth, fifth year in the league as well. So I'm going to say, outside of his rookie year, every other year has been with Tom Thibodeau, if I stand corrected. I think, the first year was obviously was at Fizdale, and then I think, the second, third, fourth, and fifth year now with the one coach, with Tom Tibbs as well. So, with that said, back to Quentin Grimes, and he'll get a solid B tonight because he was efficient, but didn't need to do much. Like when you look at three guys in the mid-20s scoring as well. So, like I said, there's only so many shots to go around, but he's an unsung hero, and he's a team player. Defensively, he's rarely in the wrong spot. He's always ready to stop penetration, and a great transition defender as well. There was a point in the game where the Spurs, I think, were like 3-on-1, or it was like 4-on-2, and the Knicks stopped the fast break basically as well. So, shout out. Now, next up is the one, the only, the Mr. Free Agent signing, Josh Hart, or extended new man coming in. Josh Hart, 24 minutes, right? Quiet night for Hart, but he rebounded like he does. 3 points. Not a lot to say about Josh Hart right now. Although 1 of 2 from three is solid. Knows when to pull the trigger, knows when to pass and dribble drive, plays with energy, just brings it. Great compliment with quickly with RJ off the bench. So I think he handled his own against the bigs with the Spurs bench. It's going to take a huge guy to exploit, I think, Josh Hart in the post, but rebounding, because he's so strong, is not going to hurt us that much as well. We still need a true backup four later down the line, but right now I think Tibbs feels comfortable with Josh. So he's playing his role coming off the bench. Just hit the open shot and make the extra pass, and run the break as well. So Johnny Davis, Hartenstein playing great ball, big time. He's an unrestricted free agent next year as well. I'm starting to feel worried with the way he's playing, but we can lock him up. But with Hart's grade, I'll give him a solid a B minus. With Quickly tonight, excellent game. We'll start with his efficiency, 8 of 17, with his 5 assists and his 19 points. Playing decisive, he played with energy. When he shoots efficiently, he filled it up. Obviously from deep, he went 3 of 9. Not as great, but 47% overall. But I love the 5 assists from Quickly. Like I said, the one where he was in the corner and he found DiVincenzo was a big play right here, as I'll bring it up for anyone that missed it. See, good pass from Randle. Firstly, pass out quickly, makes a split decisive move. Yeah, DiVincenzo always great locating in the corner there as well. So yeah, really like Quick's game, and considering his last 2 games now, he's been solid. Look at that. That's just hard to stop for Quick when you're guarding him. His dribble is solid, and he can play off the dribble. He can pull up, and he can make that swing pass, but then he can also finish with the scoop or the floater as well. So yeah, big things for the bench now. I'm starting to see DiVincenzo, Quickly, and Hart with Barrett and Ihart start to play with a lot more chemistry, and that's just dangerous for the rest of the league when our starting unit hits the bench, and these guys come in looking excellent right now. Yeah, we talked about the potential of the New York Knicks bench, and it definitely is on paper one of the best in terms of defensively, hustle, energy, and scoring as well. So Emmanuel Quickly, he'll get an A for me tonight with his balanced game, assisting, scoring, being aggressive, but also being playing within the flow of the offense. Yeah, to die for has hit the money here. That's something we can feel great about. A great representative of this team is the bench, the way they're playing, and they're just their skill sets complement each other as well. Like I said, Hart doesn't really need the ball, doesn't need many shots. Same with Ihart. But then you've got DiVincenzo and Quickly, who you need to give a lot of shots to as well. So, and then you've got Barrett, who can be the leader of the bench in terms of breaking the defense down, scoring, getting to the line to help shift momentum as well. So yeah, I'm loving it. Yep, like you said, man. Yeah, we've got to give props to Dante. We most def we will. But first, before we do that, yeah, we give Quickly an A. I did. Yeah, I gave Quickly an A. I think. Yeah, I can't quite give him an A plus, but yeah, he'll get an A. Isaiah tonight. Isaiah Hartenstein has been an absolute tear. Whatever these big men are eating, I don't know what it is, but whether it's good New York food, energy drinks, good coffee, good lovin', whatever it is. But yeah, Isaiah and Mitch are bringing it with 6 of 9 tonight. Isaiah Hartenstein was efficient. A couple of nice post moves on Collins, backed him down, had the little left hook around the bucket. He's showing us a little bit of offense too. Defense, offense. 4 fouls tonight, got into a little bit of foul trouble, but he was taking the hits tonight. 2 steals, 3 offensive boards. For a backup center in this league, man, 15 minutes, a guy that can come in and help alter the game so significantly with his energy as well. So yeah, it can't be stated enough how much Ihart is really helping this team out, man. Yeah. Big Tuss says a New York City dollar slice got these guys juiced up. Yep. It's the crowd, the energy as well. Yeah. These guys are dogs. Let's be real. I think Ihart and Mitch, they're dogs. They don't want to have their number lowered. They want to come out and they want to make sure their dominance is stamped in the paint as well. Now, we have been a little low in blocks this year, I noticed, because I got a couple of these guys in my fantasy team as well. Now, yeah, the Knicks, the last couple games, we've been low on the blocks. Now, that could be a trend we could see, because I think Mitch is not just staying in the paint. He's coming out a little bit as well. So we'll continue to watch that trend. But I don't know if you guys noticed, but yeah, the Knicks haven't been racking up many blocks. But we've been gobbling up all the rebounds. So salute. Ihart, he'll get a B plus for me tonight. His great game. Now, Dante, the man, the new addition, free agent signing for the mid-level exception, had a rough start. Early preseason was too early to really, get into any groove. Now DiVincenzo, not efficient tonight. 1 of 6, but went 1 of 3 from deep, but hit timely shots. With his rebounding, his assisting, and his steals. 1 steal, 2 assists, 4 rebounds, plus minus 12. Now tonight, obviously later in the game, I think the Spurs went on a run. But look, DiVincenzo, as long as he's spotting up, just catching and shooting, or dribble penetration, passing, kick back out, I think Dante's getting more comfortable as every game goes, and that's just great for this team. I'll give Dante a B minus for tonight, but the 3-point shooting, 1 of 3, he's starting to hit it. He's starting to look more confident with the shot. Not that he really needed any kind of confidence, fam. Daryl Salute, got to keep Quickly. The way Quickly's been playing, yeah, he's a keeper, absolutely. In terms of such a vital part of this team in winning. We don't have that spark coming off the bench without Quickly. But also, if Brunson does need to miss some time or just doesn't have it, Quickly does come in, and just on nights where Brunson doesn't have it, he seems to always have it. So, and then sometimes when they both have it, we look incredible. And with Quickly coming into his 4th year, all right, he looks better and better, over these last 3 games, and no doubt we haven't even seen a part of his ceiling at all, right? It could be anything. He could be a starter in this league, big time, with Emmanuel, and like we said, playing more comfortable with the bench. I think it's all in the head with Quickly in terms of decisions, right? Knowing when to dominate like he is here and penetrate, knowing when to swing the pass or just pull up. I think shot selection is big for Quickly as well, because he's just so confident, and he's confident knowing he can score in bunches, and he's also obviously assessing the scoreboard and where the team is at. What do we need from him? Do we need more scoring? Do we need him to get the ball moving? The on-ball defense is excellent. The size, the strength, the length for Quickly. He's underrated in terms of size. Now I know he's 6'3", but like Josh Hart, he's a guy who plays bigger for his size. Does quick in terms of his broad shoulders, his strength, his length, and I think he's such a huge asset as a two-way player in this league. Right, Malachi Branham just didn't know what to do there. Well, especially when he's trailing downhill, it's so dangerous because you don't know if Quickly's going to catch and pull up from deep like a Dame Lillard, or he'll catch it, pump fake, and he'll go straight to the bucket. Well, so yeah, he's a guy that the opponents need to be aware of wherever he is on the floor. He's number 1 on the scouting report for the Knicks bench as well, for the bench unit, slowing them down. So, yeah, look, feel good win. Not a great opponent, but this is going to play some guys into form. Tonight we saw Deuce, Salute, we saw Jeffries, and we saw some Jericho, we saw some Archie, and some Dylan tonight in some garbage time, mop-up duty. But moving ahead, we got the 9-man rotation right now, and we'll see. Right now, we'll see what happens moving into the thick of the season. We'll have a quick look at that. We'll preview we'll look around the league, see what's happening tonight. But right now, the reason I think the Knicks season has really begun and we're turning the corner is because we have a 3-day rest. We have these difficult games out of the way. Talking about the early Milwaukee, the Clippers ones, the back-to-backs, and things are settling down. Now, we got Charlotte after on a Sunday. I think that's at MSG. Charlotte has started 2-4, so they're headed back to the lottery. Charlotte, we should win that one. We should get that one. No letdown game. I think after 3 days rest, maybe some practice, Tom Thibodeau is going to get this team ready for this back-to-back. because we could get on a streak and we could get above 500. So we're 4-4. We could get we could get back to we could get back to above 500 and really get a streak, get some daylight between above 500. Beating Boston on the road would be a huge statement. We played them tough on opening night. That was a great, fierce game, hotly contested. We lost it narrowly down the stretch, but I expect us to look even better for that Boston one this time around. We're going to be ready for Kristaps Porzingis. No need to let him get loose, right, from deep. Right, last time he was swishing. He was the difference in that game. So I think we'll be ready, guys. I think this next two will be great. I think I could see us winning both, and then we head back to Atlanta with a chance to win the season series, or put a real stranglehold on the season series against ATL early. So ATL have started quite well, and it's going to be important, fam. And then our second NBA Cup game against Washington, on the first of a back-to-back, with the second leg with the Hornets again. So what is this scheduling, man? It's crazy right now. But look, like I said, if I'm looking at the rest of November, I'm not worried about any of these games right now. I'll be kind of maybe a little more disappointed if we're not above 500 after November, factoring in that this team is starting to click now. I think tonight was against a bad opponent, but I think this team, the ceiling is not even, we're not even close to playing our best basketball, I think. And I love this new ball movement, sharing the rock, assisting, everyone defending well, and just getting after it, fam. What's good, primo? Salute. We definitely owe Boston one. Johnny Davis, we owe KP one, and we owe Boston as well. Yep. Jason Tatum went off tonight, which was a guy who's a part of the early MVP conversation right now. But as part of our own conversation, ladies and gentlemen, is star J Barrett. MIP conversation, man. As we'll look at a few more highlights and we'll go around the NBA. But like I said earlier, with this Quentin Grimes one, it was good. This is what we need. Like, just take a minute, set your feet, and don't shoot it so hurriedly, rushed. Take your time. That's it. Let the guy close out. So that was great from our Q Dot. With that one, we saw some splash cam. We saw my guy Spree in the building with Camby there. Quickly was getting loose. Popovich was aggro tonight, as he always is. I don't know if Thibodeau was smiling, but blowout win, 19 points. We have the RJ Barrett shuffle here as well with that drip. MIP conversation early. It's very early in the season, but I'm listening to these national podcasts, baby. So let's get this conversation started with RJ Barrett as an early MIP candidate. Number 9 right now. He's representing after FIBA. Yep. No doubt about it. The thing about what Barrett's doing is also the fast starts. Where in a situation where we're badly needed early scoring, he's provided that. So he's definitely becoming that man that we need, right, to form what we know can be a big three. Right, we talked about it tonight. That someone in the chat, I think Luke said, if I stand corrected, I'll find the comment. But someone said, what trade? We might not really need to make any kind of trade. It depends on, obviously, what these guys look like throughout the year. But the way Barrett's playing, that's the furthest thing from my mind right now. Let's let's focus each game at a time, and let's get back to 500 right now. Let's get back to 500, and let's get above 500. What am I talking about? We are 500 already, so yeah, let's build upon that. Yep, and get this Evan Fournier trade, like To Die For says, possibly upgrading with that contract. He doesn't seem too fussed right now, so credit to Fournier for being that pro right now. And with guys with the balanced scoring. The coach has them playing unselfish too. Yep, definitely. I don't know if these guys had a little conversation, but after the slower start, 2 really good wins as well. So that's a pleasure to see the way we've been playing and the ball movement with the stats, right? So we have us dominating the boards, 61-51, but 28 assists, 7 steals. Shooting 45 from deep. We're scoring easily with in terms of points, 126 tonight. Fast break points, 16 to 11. 22 second chance points. Salute to our guys for their second chance rebounds and points in the paint. Look, the Spurs had the length tonight to get that one. RJ Barrett's got to be really pleased with his start. Like I said, the schedule's quietening down now. We've got 3 days rest, and I think tackling next week and getting 4 wins next week should be the priority. Charlotte, Boston, Atlanta, Washington, and Charlotte again. Right. If we only lose 1 game next week, that'll be solid. Now, Boston, whether it's Boston, maybe it's away to Atlanta, I don't care. Whichever one it is, if we can win 4 out of the next 5, man, that's going to get us 4 games over 500. So that's going to get us 3 games over 500. Yeah, if we only drop 1 in the next 5. So that's going to be great. Let's focus on that. And then Minnesota, Miami, the following week after that, with a huge rest as well. So yeah, we're reaping the rewards of finally getting that tough schedule out of the way. Now, speaking of, let's look around the league right now, see what's happened tonight. We had 14 games, right? So the Mavericks suffered only their second loss to the Raptors. The Raptors are now 4-4 as well. So shout out to the Raptors for their decent start. I think Dennis Schroeder's looked decent. Scotty Barnes looked fantastic. For the Mavericks, Kyrie Lucas looked great. Grant Williams has looked great as well. But they're 6-2. They had their second loss tonight. Now, the Phoenix Suns are in a world of trouble. Bradley Beal, I think, came back tonight. But they're 4-4. Beating the Chicago Bulls in overtime by 1 point. So it was on the road, but the Suns needed overtime to beat the Chicago Bulls. So they're still working things out. Ladies and gentlemen, the Houston Rockets beat the brakes off the Lakers, 128-94. I think Anthony Davis was out. But that's inexcusable if you're the Lakers, right? Unless LeBron didn't play. I'll load the box score in a minute. But yeah, the Rockets 128-94 beating the Lakers. So the Lakers are 3-5, slow start. The Rockets are 4-3. They're doing well with their veterans coming in. The Heat, who we were level with, are now 500 again. 4-4, 108-102. Narrow win against the Grizz, who are bottom of the West, 1-7, without Ja Morant. So that's crazy. LeBron James did play tonight, 27 minutes. In a blowout, 18 points, 7 of 13. So the Lakers have got some work to do. I know some people copped heat. It was Andrew Bogut, I think, had the Lakers in 10th in his predictions. Some people gave him some heat. But if they can't stay healthy, that might be factored in. A team's got to stay healthy, right? We know the West is the West as well, so we're seeing the Grizzlies now, man. The Grizzlies have got a world of wins to catch up on when Morant gets back. They'll be lucky if they can finish 500. I think by the time he gets back, they might be 10 games below 500 already. Well, they might not be. They will be, I think. The Bucks picked up a narrow win against the Pistons, 120 and 118. The Bucks are 5-2, coasting. The T-Wolves have started great, 5-2. They beat the Pelicans tonight, who are 500. The Oklahoma City Thunder beat the Cavs. So both teams have started okay, but the Thunder are 5-3. The Cavs are 3-5 now. So that's great. We get a nice leg up on the Cavs. Like the chat said earlier, Brooklyn 100-93 beat the Clippers. That's 2 losses in a row for the Clippers since getting James Harden. I'll leave it at that. We'll see what happens with that team out west. They've got some things to figure out. The Hornets went down to the Wiz. They're 2-5. Wizards are also 2-5. So 2 teams figuring to be the bottom of the East. The Hornets we play twice in the coming week. So let's pick up those 2 wins, man. Now, the Indiana Pacers have started hot, 5-3. They beat the Utah Jazz, as they should have. Obi's played a couple of decent games in a row. We'll do a quick check-in with our guy Obi. He was 3 of 7, 6 points in 19 minutes, with 3 steals and 1 rebound. So it was a blowout, so quiet night for Obi, but his team's winning. The Sixers beat the Celtics tonight to go top of the East. They're 6-1. The Celtics are 5-2, along with the Bucks. So I said it when it happened, but the trade that the Sixers did was addition by subtraction. They got draft picks. They got solid depth. They cleared the decks for Tyrese Maxey. They look good. They look good to start. And we've got the Nuggets head-to-head with the Warriors right now, 59-53 in the third. The Nuggets are up. And then the Kings and the Trailblazers are locked in at 65 apiece with 8 minutes in the third. So we'll pull up the standings now as the New York Knicks get their 4th win of the year. We are now in the 9th seed, tied, basically in the tied 7th seed with the Nets and the Heat at 7 and 8. And then the Raptors are coming in at 10, also at 4 and 4. So, yeah, we're moving up, but we're in that log jam right in the middle, which is why it's so important, I think, to get the big win, these big wins coming up this week, as we'll be live post-game Sunday. We'll probably have another show on a Friday night, but we'll be back, of course, post-game Charlotte, Boston next week. I think the Knicks should be above 500, fam. What are you guys feeling about that? Primo says that Rockets-Lakers game looked like NBA 2K as they manhandled them. Yeah, young talent. Yeah, good young talent. And it just goes to show, health and relying on one guy like Anthony Davis. And the rumors are already starting to begin with the Lakers putting it out there, or the GM putting it out there that the Lakers need a 3rd star. Just like clockwork, that's going to come. And that's what's happening right now is the Lakers, when they pull in more losses, so it's going to be interesting. Like I said, Andrew Bogut, former NBA player, had them in 10th this year, copped a bit of heat. But I think they'll be better than 10th. But I just don't really know if they can get anything better than 5th or 6th. Really, the league's insane right now. We've got the Thunder looking good. The Pelicans look decent. Minnesota started well. But, again, we'll see. But, yeah, without AD, it's a wrap. Right? You got LeBron, 40 years old, 38 years old, on one leg. You got AD, who's a walking mash unit as well. We just don't know how they're going to look. But yeah, I lost to Anthony Davis last week in my fantasy head-to-head, but looks like he's out right now. So To Die For says, where's our defense ranking now in the league, fam? I'm gonna check on that, but we are around the top three. We are top three, top four in points allowed, so in defense. So it's looking pretty good. There's a few different metrics. But yeah, coming into the year, some people were very worried about defensively. For me, my worry was more offensively. I felt defensively we'll figure things out. We had enough perimeter wings, guys who could buy into defending with a better effort. Obviously, your Randle and your Brunsons aren't strong defenders, but I think with Mitch patrolling the paint and the other guys, I really felt good about our defense. But offensively, if we start to hit shots like we are, things are going to look up. Definitely with the way Barrett's helping stretch the floor out now, that's helping us out after a slow Randle shooting start as well. The Lakers are trash can. Harden makes the Clippers complicated. Most def with that. Yeah, we'll wait for these LA teams for the noise to start growing. But yeah, the New York teams with Brooklyn and the Knicks, they look more well-rounded, We're not too star-heavy. That's what happens when you've got, 2-3 guys earning $40 million. That's the worry. We'll wait and see what happens in Minnesota with Karl Anthony Towns and that, but they've at least got some good young depth, a good young talent that's lengthy and athletic in McDaniels and Anthony Edwards and that, you need youth. You need some youth as well. Dirty's in the building. Salute. Still don't know whether to root for against Dallas yet. Don't want those chickens to tank once again. Yeah, I think talking about injuries, implosion, they've started well. Give them credit. Kyrie's look good with Luka. Amazing start. But I think they've got an average bench. Lively's looking excellent for the starting five, but the West is the West. So I think we're going to be quite safe. I feel so far early. I think the Mavs will finish somewhere around. I'm going to say somewhere around the sixth to ninth range. I think when all is said and done, they might get fifth, but somewhere around the 6th to 9th range. I think they'll probably give us a pick somewhere from 16 to 20, maybe somewhere around there. Pick 16 to 20 range. Hopefully it's higher, but we'll see. But yeah, now that they've got that pick, they've got Lively, who would have been a nice pickup for us, but we've still got that pick coming to us at least. So, but it's interesting. It's not a very strong draft, and we know the play-in is there. I don't think we're going to see as many teams tank. In terms of the Spurs are going to start to try to win every game. At every point. Even the Utah Jazz with some veterans. They're not going to throw in the towel. I think it's going to be interesting to close the year out. It's going to be fierce, competitive. In the West, I could just see the Blazers really throwing it in. The Jazz later in the year for seeding. But the Rockets look like they're trying to get wins as well. Jerry, salute. Thanks for coming through, everyone. Appreciate you. The chat's buzzing on a night where the Knicks get back to 500. And like I said, the schedule's looking a lot more tidy in our favour now. And we need to take these games very seriously and get on a nice roll early in the year. It would be great to get that little bit of a cushion, talking about 3, 4, 5 games above 500. And then we can really start to look ahead, and put the pedal to the metal for this year, right? Next week is a critical week with, I feel like we can pull 4 out of the 5 with the two Charlotte games, the Atlanta game away in Washington as well. I think that Washington-Atlanta game could be little trap games on the road as well. Those teams are going to play hard. But look, if we're moving the ball like we did tonight, it's going to be a long night for them, right? So yeah, great night overall, fam, as we get ready to wrap this thing up. On this show, post-game live, CT, the streets are buzzing. EJ, going to come through later in the week on his grind. Appreciate him in the chat for rocking out. Along Knicks Nation, replay squad. And RJ Barrett starts of the year. Like I said, get him in this MIP conversation early. He's looking excellent. Quickly's looking even stronger. Brunson and Randle haven't played anywhere near their capabilities yet. So there's upside with where we're going right now. But overall, it's wins like this that you just take care of business and you let these poor teams, play you into form. And that's what's happened right now. Our bigs are looking big. And it was a great feel-good night overall. And let's get on a roll. Like I said, everyone out here, appreciate you. Let's get it. Salute. Peace.